How's it going, everyone? It's Ryder here, and welcome back to a brand new Mario Kart 8 Deluxe discussion video here on the channel. It's about time I go and rank the Wave 2 tracks, and I've got to say straight out first that Wave 2 was a very solid wave. I gotta say, there's not really a specific track I hated at all, compared to last wave where I really hated one specific track, and you all probably already know what it is. For Wave 2 is amazing. I loved all the tracks in it. There was a few ups and downs to some of the tracks, and a little bit of a disappointment with one of them. The majority of it is really solid. Even the tracks that I put into lower tiers, I am just putting it there just because it's not as good as the others, but however, I still really enjoyed them nonetheless. One last thing before we do get started is I did update one of the tracks from my last wave ranking, and I decided to move DS Shroom Ridge from A to S, fully S'd out, even past Ninja Hideaway. I don't know what came across with me, but DS Shroom Ridge is such a amazing DS track. I didn't realize I had so much nostalgia for it. I didn't realize how good of a track it was until I started playing more of it, and I just I really like this track from DS, and even in 8 Deluxe, it's fantastic. I love the way how you just crash into so many cars all the time, and I love the way how it's really easy to fall off an edge at some points too, and I love the little shortcut. I love how it's really original, and it's so fun. I really like the track a lot, so that's the only track I really changed up for Wave 1. So without any further ado, let's get on with the rankings. Like we did with last time, we're going to be ranking all the tracks first and then putting them all into a tier list afterwards. So without any further ado, let's begin with the ranking. Up at number 8, we've got Sky High Sunday. I'm sure this is not really a surprise to you all if you've seen my reaction to Sky High Sunday when I first played through it. Now, this track is really it's okay. It's a really fun track. It's a kind of a really cool concept. However, it just did not sit right with me in 8 Deluxe. It's a very floaty track. I feel like the anti-gravity was just put there just because of purposes of just trying to get the booster course pass out and make people buy it because it's supposed to be like a new track to most people. However, most people don't realize this is actually supposed to be a Mario Kart Tour track, just like Ninja Hideaway and Merry Mountain. Since they've been putting a bunch of nitros, it even just barely came to Tour literally at the same exact time. And apparently it was data mined from what I've heard that it was originally supposed to have a Tour prefix or something weird with Tour. I'm not entirely sure. Don't count that on me, but I've heard that it was supposed to be like that anyways. The track itself is just way too floaty to me. Tour's version, when I played through it, it changed my opinions on it. It's really fun in Tour. Not that it isn't fun in 8 Deluxe, I just really don't think it sits well with me in 8 Deluxe. It's kind of just a little bit of a mess, and it's just basically a baby park mixed with just a bunch of jumps, so I think it's pretty okay at some points. It's fun to play through, but sometimes it's just not fun. But yeah, that's all I've got to say about Sky High Sunday. It's really just a mixed track to me, honestly. At number 7, we've got GBA Snowland. Now, I don't hate this track at all. I just think it's probably one of the more weaker tracks on this Wave 2. This track is still really fun. It's just kind of a little bit on the S side at some points, but I still think it's a really fun track. It's another solid snow track, and I love racing on it. It's also, I think, the first track that's had penguins as an obstacle in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, which is really cool. It could lead to other potential snow kind of themed tracks with penguins. It's really fun. I'm glad that we're getting so many GBA love with the games recently. Tour and 8 Deluxe are getting so many GBA remakes. I love the way how they're just doing this with GBA. It's really fun. At number 6, we've got DS Waluigi Pinball. I know a lot of people are probably gonna get triggered by this, but you're lucky enough I even put this track high enough. Honestly, I'm just joking about that. I'm just not the biggest Waluigi Pinball fan. However, I really still love the track. It's very nostalgic. The music is iconic. The track itself is such an inventive idea. I really like the idea of Waluigi having his own like pinball kind of stage, and I really like how we're basically are the pinballs besides the pinballs just going through the track. I really like the idea of it, and it looks really good in Tour, but the graphics are kind of but graphics don't matter to me at all in the booster course pass. It's as long as the tracks are fun. Track is fun. Still a great DS track. Still one of my favorites from the DS era. At number 5, we've got SNES Mario Circuit 3. I'm honestly kind of surprised they even got to put this track this high. For some reason, I just really like this track. Like I said in the past, I'm a Mario Kart Wii simp. I really like playing Mario Kart Wii, and just seeing SNES Mario Circuit 3 be one of the tracks that were for the SNES era, I'm glad that this track got chosen. It's still a fun, nostalgic, and original, classic, first ever Mario Kart track ever. Well, the third variation of it, but it's still a fun track. I don't know what it is about it. I just really like it. It's just, I think that nostalgia hit me a little bit with Mario Kart Wii, but that's all I've got to say about SNES Mario Circuit 3. At number 4, we've got N64 Calamari Desert. I am really shocked I even got this track this high, because honestly, this track kind of seemed like it was going to be one of the not as great tracks for Wave 2, but this track impressed me a lot. Graphic wise, this looked really amazing. I really like the sunset look they gave to it. Like, it looks ultra sunset, and I love how they implemented Calamari Desert 2 into it. Calamari Desert 2, if you don't know, was a track in Tour where you can go race through the train tracks into the tunnel like you would try to in like Mario Kart 7 or Mario Kart 64, but was not possible before, and now it's possible to be as a part of the racetrack, which is really awesome. I really like the implementation of like the T variation of Calamari Desert. Like they pulled like a little T ramp from Tour. Honestly, just really shocked of how good this track is. And 64 Calamari Desert is definitely one of my favorites from Wave 2. At number 3, we've got Tour New York Minute. This track honestly is so fun. I knew this one was going to be a good hit and banger. It's fun. It's got all the variations of New York Minute from Tour. Looks really good. It looks really realistic. I love the water setting they kind of gave to it, because they kind of made the track actually like a slippery, rainy kind of feeling. It honestly gives a different experience to New York Minute, and I really like the way of how they did that, because it gives off more of that New York vibe for some reason. I don't know if that's just me. It gives off more of a New York vibe, but New York Minute's still a solid track, the first ever Tour track as well, so it's really amazing. It's really nostalgic for Tour fans, especially me. At number 2, we've got Tour Sydney Sprint. Now this, I thought was probably going to be the worst track in the DLC. This was a huge misunderstanding with what I was thinking. Tour Sydney Sprint, the music, the look, the track setup, everything about it is just so good, especially the music. I cannot. The music with the booster course pass is great, but this track really tops that piece of cake with the frosting. This Sydney Sprint track is amazing. I did not expect Sydney Sprint to get even close to S, not even into the B era, but Tour Sydney Sprint is really good. I am very shocked that it even got up this high, and I am kind of glad it did, because I really like this track in Tour, and it came out really good in 8 Deluxe. At number 1, we've got Wii Mushroom Gorge. I mean, a lot of people gotta agree with me with this. Mushroom Gorge is an amazing track. Fantastic Wii retro they could have chosen from Mario Kart Wii. It's also in Tour, so it makes sense on why it came to this game as well. And I love the implementation of them bringing back a lot of the original shortcuts that were in the original game. Like I don't even think this was even on purpose, obviously, but they brought back the gap shortcut, which is everyone's very favorite shortcut, which leads to a lot of different kinds of records for world records on time trials. I love the implementation of them putting back that mushroom shortcut that has not been in any Mushroom Gorge for over 11 years now. It's insane that they brought that back. They didn't have it in Tour. I love how they fixed up the mushrooms from Tour's version and made it kind of more like Mario Kart Wii's original, and honestly, lots of nostalgia. It looks great. Music stays true to the original, which is okay, but I really like it in general. It's just Mario Kart Wii, man. I really love Mario Kart Wii. Mushroom Gorge, fantastic track. Glad it's in the game, and definitely my number 1 choice for Wave 2. So that's it with the ranking. Now with the tier list, I placed them all into different categories. So for the C tier, we've added GBA Snowland and Sky High Sunday. B tier, we've added DS Waluigi Pinball. A tier, we've added N64 Calamari Desert, Tour New York Minute, and SNES Mario Circuit 3. In S tier, we have the 2 best tracks in the wave in my opinion, Tour Sydney Sprint and Wii Mushroom Gorge. That's it for today's ranking / tier list video. Hope you all did enjoy. If you did enjoy, make sure to like and subscribe if you're new here to the channel. Comment below your thoughts on today's video and what your rankings are for Wave 2. If you'd like to see me do more, make sure to let me know down below. When the next wave hits, I'll be sure to do another one. Check out my last one if you haven't already to know more of my thoughts about the older tracks from the first wave. Thank you all so much for coming. See you guys in the next one. Peace out. Stay safe. Bye-bye.